Greetings. Haha. We are back. We're back at the outpost. Believe it or not. After a 2-year hiatus, we are back. And hey, what a debut plane to bring here at the outpost, huh? We have the new Valiant. Okay, so we got the Valiant put together last night. Took a whopping 15 minutes. and then got her bound up and she's all set. All right. Flying her right now on an old Hobby People, about a 4-year-old Hobby People 3S 2200 20C discharge. Just go ahead and quit blabbering. Let's get her up in the air. All right. So go ahead and bring her up. Up. Look at that. Look at that. And that's on takeoff. I mean, this thing has just gobs of power. Gobs of power. All right. We're gonna go ahead and I was working the pond earlier. I'm going to go ahead and work over here because this is kind of some neat terrain to watch. I'll just work her this way. We'll work her diagonally across the field. So yeah, this thing is just phenomenal. It really is. I mean, it just rolls and then it just goes where you aim the plane. It is a point and shoot plane. I'm almost at a loss for words, which some of you who watch my channel all the time may realize that doesn't happen very often. But this thing, I'm telling you, is remarkable. This is a remarkable airplane. It really is. Because, well, for a few reasons. Number one, it is a high wing, conventional high wing, tail dragging aircraft, all right? But more than that, it is just absolutely capable. It is an incredibly capable airplane, and it's just amazing that they could do this with a high wing airplane. The sportability of this aircraft is just, it's out of control. It really is. Now remember, there's a difference between a sport plane and a 3D ship. Okay, this is not a 3D ship. This is a sport plane. A true sport plane, but because it has somewhat, how shall I say this? Because it has somewhat bush, roots, you can really slow down. I mean, as you can see, I got half flap sitting in here, and that's it. That's it. I mean, that's half flap setting, and I'm gonna fly her kind of like a bush plane. Watch the downwind. Yeah, so this thing really, really slows down. I mean, it really does. It's amazing. It really is. Floats quite a bit. We're off the throttle all the way right here. And it's just gliding, as you can see. So roll the throttle back on, clean up the flaps, bring her up, pull her on over into reverse half Cuban, and let her sail by. I mean, it has a good sound to it. It really does. I'm going to set her up for just an absolutely huge loop, because for a huge loop, because that's what this thing does. I mean, it's just. do you see that? I mean, isn't that just remarkable? That's amazing. I'm at a loss of words. So. Point rolls are very nice with this thing. I mean, you could do. I've been doing 2-pointers and a few 4-pointers earlier on. So I mean, coming out of a turn, I'll give her a little bit of throttle. We'll kick her up. 1, 2. I mean, it's just, and then you can just crank it around because it has twin wing spars. There's a thicker wing spar and then a thinner wing spar. It really. Has a lot of strength and rigidity in that wing. It does not need struts. So I'm going to go ahead and fly her inverted over here. I'm going to bring her back down the back side. I mean, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think Chris Puckett did an outstanding job in bringing the Valiant to EPO foam, okay? Because the original Valiant is a 30cc internal combustion monster. I mean, it is huge. 108-inch wingspan, about 17 pounds all up weight. You know, whereas this little guy here is a 1300 millimeter, so it's about a what, 51-inch wingspan. Probably weighs about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 pounds, something like that. So they did a really good job with this thing, and because it is a symmetrical airfoil, it's a point and shoot. Okay, so it will go right where you point it. Now it does have some self-righting capabilities. Now there's some capability built in with AS3X. Okay, so by the receiver there's some capability. Plus, you know, I mean, high wing tail draggers, you know, high wing aircraft are generally you know, a lot more forgiving anyways. I'm gonna hit full flap, bring her down, bring her down, bring her down, bring her down, and she slowed right up. See that? So I'm gonna clean the flaps back up, and it's kind of fun because you can play with the flaps and kind of, you know, kind of slow things down. Where are we at? We're at 2 minutes. Okay. I've been noticing, by the way, I've got my timer set for 7 minutes. Okay. So, you know, at 7 minutes, this thing really, look at that little flopper over the top. Oh, I love it. At 7 minutes, this thing is really coming down nice. About 40% remaining in the tank. So, one thing that you're not going to believe, we're going to invert her and carry her up. Watch this. Look at that. Right over the top. I mean, just outside loop, no problem. You know, I mean, really. So it's an amazing airplane. In fact, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do an outside loop. So there you go, outside loop. And by the way, I know you're not going to believe this, but I never went over full throttle for that. That was probably about 80% throttle. Just remarkable. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and bring in full flaps. By the way, I'm off the throttle all the way right now. Off the throttle all the way right now. Okay. So we're gonna see what happens here. I got off the throttle a long time ago. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do here. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now. Oh, come on. If it's not on video, it didn't happen, right? Okay, so hey, hold a lot of up elevator, clean up the flaps, and there you go. Okay, let's bring her in here. Let's get the flaps cleaned up. We're holding a lot of up elevator, and there you go. The winds are picking up a little bit. I don't know what they are, but okay. You can see the plane's kind of jostling a little bit. Let's go ahead and clear the timer. All right. Pilot's impressions. I don't even know what to say. My mouth's a little dry. I mean, this thing is it's invigorating. Okay? Invigorating. How about that? I'm telling you. You know, and I'm not going overboard with it either. This plane is invigorating. It really is. It gets the blood going. Its aerobatic ability seems endless, and I don't mean 3D. Two different kinds of flying. 3D by definition being post-stall. I'm not flying this thing post-stall. I'm flying this thing, you know, working the propeller, working the wing. This is a 480 960 kV brushless motor. A 480. And there's going to be people out there saying, oh, how's it fly on it? Oh, does it need a 10 of it? Whatever. You know what? Put a power 10 in there and have at it. Do whatever you want and have at it. You know, that's the neat thing about this hobby. Do what you want. It doesn't need it. You just saw what this thing is capable of on a 480 960 on a 20C clapped out 4-year-old 2200. It's amazing. So in any event, I'm telling you, watch the channel. Look forward to more videos of this plane coming, because I'm going to be shooting a lot of video of this. Really digging this plane. Kudos to Horizon Hobby. Kudos to E-flite. Hats off to Chris Puckett and his design. What a great job. Okay, nailed it. Nailed it with this one. So, again, more videos of this to follow. Cheers, everybody. Happy landings all. Telling you. Telling you, 2 thumbs up. There you go. There's 2 thumbs up. All right. Thanks for watching. All right. Happy landings.